Cyber continues to be really scary, Dean, right? I think there was a day when people thought, oh, I'm not high profile enough to be a target, but that's not the way it works, right? Everybody is a target.
Let's talk about cybersecurity, and then let's talk about ESG.
Yep, there are new disclosure requirements from the SEC, Dean, and the cyber disclosure requirements have already taken effect, and 1231s have already filed their first disclosure around cyber in their 2023 10K, or they're getting ready to do that right now. ESG will take effect in 2025. These are things that private companies probably haven't put a lot of thought into yet. And it's not something that you can just hand off to your external counsel and say, hey, write me this disclosure so that I satisfy the requirement. It's much more substantive than that, right? It's about having programs in place and evaluating those programs in order to meet the disclosure requirements. That's going to take some time to get ready for.
With regards to ESG, and that changing reporting requirement, is climate a part of that? And I feel like that's yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a key element and one of the biggest risks related to how you frame your ESG disclosures.
Okay, we talked about cyber with regards to SEC reporting standards, but let's just take a step back. What about just cyber and just operating as a public company? Tell me about that.
Cyber continues to be really scary, Dean, right? I think there was a day when people thought, oh, I'm not high profile enough to be a target, but that's not the way it works, right? Everybody is a target, because these processes are automated now, and the bad actors are basically looking for networks that they can scan to find vulnerabilities, and they'll go after anybody. So one of the biggest risks companies are facing, if not the biggest risk, right, on a day-to-day basis. And the cost to be secure is very high. The cost of insurance continues to rise. They're just really increasing if you've got consumer-related data, right? So if you've got personal information that's valuable on the black market, then your risk is just elevated. So when you have personal data, then the privacy element of cybersecurity is a critical component.
I think the big takeaway there is obviously anything cyber-related could be a big, just reputational nightmare.
Yeah, a lot of legal costs, a lot of reputational damage from your customers. It's not something anyone wants to wake up to.